Tonight's aerial coverage is being presented by America's Navy, a global force for good. The hometown Buffalo Bills, 2008 was the last time a national TV game was played here in Ralph Wilson Stadium. They've been waiting a long time to flex their muscles for sea to shining sea to see it. C.J. Spiller getting set to run out on the field, as you can see, with an American flag. This crowd will go crazy the moment that happens. Ryan Tannehill, short week, 34-degree temperature.
For performance knows no bounds. Bridgestone, official tire of the NFL. Let's take a look at the punt and the aftermath of the punt.
Yeah, Miami wants a roughing the kicker penalty. Daniel Thomas blocks Brad Smith into him. There's minimal contact. Plus, if you block him into the kicker, it's no call. Darren Rizzi upset, but I agree with the non-call.
Second punt return touchdown this year for that guy. The previous one was 88 yards. The last one 79.
Brad, I had talked to 3 different coaches around the league this week.
You just told me this morning.
I told you this morning the guy's about to bust one, and he did it on the first punt return.
Big pin from 3 yards deep. And flags fly in as he goes down. Pile up at the 22-yard line, but there are flags all over the field. Brad Smith in on the play there on special teams. So the Dolphins are going to start in a hole unless there's penalties against Buffalo, which normally it's an illegal block in the back as Tannehill and the offense comes out for the second time.
No, that way! That way!
Jeff Triplett is our referee.
Personal foul. Low block. Number 51 to the kicking team. Went low into the wedge.
Yep.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So it is against Buffalo.
Yeah, Chris White, who's attacked. Here's the 2-man wedge right there, and he's going to tack it low. And once you go low, that's illegal. It's another safety issue implemented by the NFL.
So good field position, the 35 for Miami's second offensive series. Reggie Bush dropped in the backfield. Mario Williams starting to get healthy with that bad wrist, and a loss of 5.
And you called it exactly right. He's going to beat Fasano across his face. The one place Fasano can't lose him. Little swim move. Now he goes inside the fullback. Does a nice job against 2 people. Fasano, then Jaworski Lane. And Brad, when his wrist is healthy, he's a different guy.
Tannehill empty backfield as he throws to Reggie Bush. Tried a little slip screen, and that didn't go anywhere. Let's check the Buffalo defense, and this is a malign defense right now. They're struggling, Mike.
They're number 32, worst in the league in a bunch of areas, and it really starts with the Dave Wanstead defense. It starts up front. And when Mario Williams is healthy, when they've got their defensive line in place, they're pretty good. But right now they've been struggling the last several games up front.
Their problem really not getting off the field on third down. They've done it once tonight already, and now it's 3rd and 14. And they've got an opportunity to get off the field again.
3-man rush.
Tannehill, quarterback draw, and he slides out to the 38-yard line where it's punting time again.
I mean, that's a situation for me with a 3-man rush with a veteran quarterback where you just hang in there and you wait for people to uncover. Just use your feet. He's a great athlete, and now this place is going to rock again. 2 3 and outs, and McKelvin deep.
First punt, 51. More importantly, it went the other way, 79. McKelvin inside the 15-yard line. End over end kick. He'll get a shot at this one as well. This time from the 19-yard line. No big return this time. Nice coverage by the Dolphins. Ryan Tannehill, a couple of 3 and outs. Ryan Fitzpatrick hasn't had to go on the field yet, and he's got a touchdown lead to work with when we come back. Bills offensively now for the first time tonight, and a 3-6 record. The last 6 head coaches in the last 12 years. Chan Gailey here in year number 3. And of course, one winning season was 2004, and that was the mantra that they're hanging this game on. 3-6, finished 9-7 after a winning streak, but no playoff appearances. And this year at 3-6, coming off a close loss to New England. It went down basically in the last 20 seconds when Fitzpatrick threw that one interception, the one blemish on an otherwise impressive performance last week. Here's C.J. Spiller. Goes for 4 or 5. Jimmy Wilson made the stop. And guys are mixing it up already on the first snap. The Bills offensively, they got a left tackle that's a rookie, and Cordy Glenn had some injury problems with his ankle, but he's pretty healthy now. Backs and receivers, no Fred Jackson tonight due to a concussion, and that puts the spotlight on C.J. Spiller.
They're a matchup nightmare for defense between Spiller, Johnson, and the underrated tight end Scott Chandler.
They got trips to the near side. C.J. Spiller trying to go up the middle and got within a yard of the first down. Koamisi made the stop defensively. C.J. in his 3rd year out of Clemson and averaging 7.3 yards a carry coming in.
Yeah, and Brad, he talked to us about patience, and he gets in behind left guard Andy Levitre right here, and there's the hole. I thought he cut it back one more than he had to there. If he hit that hole and just went north and south, and I think occasionally he bounces things too much, Brad, but he's learned patience on that first cut.
Right now, Tashard Choice in there, and it's going to be a wildcat for Tashard Choice as Fitzpatrick, the quarterback's down to the bottom of your screen. Tashard, a little more physical runner, but I don't know if he's physical enough. He didn't get there. Nice job by Rashad Jones from the secondary. And the Bills are going to have to punt.
Yeah, Rashad Jones is the unblocked defender. He does a nice job. When he sees run block with the offensive line, he attacks. He's untouched, and that's a form tackle right there. Heck of a job, and that gets the defense off the field.
Something that the last 2 weeks they've been unable to do. Marcus Thigpen, there's his numbers on the year, including a touchdown. Both punt returners, the guys that can take it the distance, as we've already seen from McKelvin. Thigpen's got a backpedal all the way to the 11-yard line on this one. And he's got a nice return. Thigpen on the far sideline. I think he stepped out of bounds over there. But a good return gives the Miami Dolphins offense a chance to go to work with good field position. Niagara Falls, 7-0 Buffalo. NFL AM will get you set for all the Thanksgiving Day games. Texas Lions, Redskins and the Cowboys, Patriots and the Jets. Game day morning, live on Thanksgiving morning, 10 a.m. right up until the kickoff of the Texans and the Lions. Dolphins 2 3 and outs to start the game. Tannehill loads off play action. He's got Hartline across midfield. Ball came out at the end. Let's see. Buffalo comes out of the pile with it. I don't hear a whistle. Jarris Byrd. And he's got it back to the 46-yard line. So first a punt return for a touchdown and then a turnover. Something the Bills have been unable to do in the last 3 games.
Let's see at the end of this. Ball is certainly out. Question is just make sure that he caught the football and it's a completed pass. 2 feet have to be down in an element of time. Stephon Gilmore ripped it. Here comes Gilmore with the rip. Ball is clearly out.
And the Dolphins get a shot at the 47-yard line. on the fumble recovery.
Wow. And that was Hartline's, 51st catch of the year. And that's not the kind of thing he usually does. Frustrating for that offense.
And every time the Dolphins are on the short end of the turnover margin, they lose the game.
Yep. I mean, outside of points on the board, that's probably the most realistic statistic in all of football.
They take a look at this upstairs. We'll get another look as we go to break. Looks like it's going to be the Bills' ball at the 47-yard line. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of NFL fans. Here we go. And by Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box. All your favorites in one epic box. Pizza Hut. Make it great. Like you said a couple of minutes ago, did Brian Hartline really catch that football? It's under review right now.
And two different looks show you two different things. I mean, remember, you've got to have full possession. And look, the ball's coming loose as Gilmore strips it. So the question is, did he get full possession? Plus 2 feet down. 1, 2. Does he possess that fully? There, it looks like he did. From that angle, it looks like a fumble. From the other angle, I'm not sure it looks like he ever fully controls it.
It looks like he was trying to spin it to tuck it in.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Al Hines is our replay official, so they're still reviewing this. That would be a gift for Miami if it's called an incomplete pass instead of a fumble recovery by Buffalo.
And remember, it was a fumble on the field.
Right.
Miami started out this. Remember last week, Miami against Tennessee. First series, 3rd and 1. They get jacked, have to punt it. Second series, 3rd and 13. Reggie Bush picks up 15 and fumbles it.
Right.
And they bench Reggie Bush at that point.
This one's taken a while.
I'm telling you, those two angles tell you two different stories, I believe. And then you got to do it in real time.
So again, Jeff Triplett still with the headset on. We'll give you the same looks. Again, it looks like he's trying to kind of spin it into his left arm.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like when you do the super slow-mo, it looks like he has control trying to spin it in there and it gets ripped out. But he's got to have full control, 2 feet down, and an element of time to make a football move.
Either way, nice play by the rookie out of South Carolina, that's for sure.
That's exactly right. I like the pass protection, too, for the rookie. You know, all this is getting lost in this particular call. Real good pass protection. They got the football down the field.
Brian Hartline having a career year for Miami. Had the huge game this year in the loss to Arizona. A franchise record 253 yards receiving. And when you consider some of the receivers the Dolphins have had over the years, pretty impressive. Yeah. Finally, we've got a decision.
Yeah, this is what I struggle with replays. It takes so much momentum out of the game.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. However, the player was touched down at the Buffalo 48-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Buffalo at their own 48. Please reset the game clock to 8:59.
So they'll take that 5-yard walk-off anytime to get the turnover.
Yep.
Well, the fans, the hardy fans, some with jackets, some without, enjoying what they're seeing so far here in the first quarter. I mentioned the last 3 games they've gone without any kind of takeaway. Tonight they get one here in the first quarter.
And you know what, Brad, if I'm Buffalo right now, I've got Miami reeling a little bit. Punt return touchdown, a turnover. My man looking real good in the stands right there. But I'm taking a shot right now. I think a big heavy fake to C.J. Spiller, sudden change for the defense, see if I can get something.
Stevie Johnson and Brad Smith are both split to the right side. And that's Donald Jones in motion. Spiller in the middle. And pushing the pile, gets it for 5 yards. And now the ball in the hands of Rashard Jones at the end of the play. Everybody trying to get in the act of stripping the football. They'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Packed house tonight. They've got a couple of home games left in December, not so sold out.
Tight bunch situation. Scott Chandler, the big tight end, who I believe is underrated in motion there.
Fitzpatrick, quick throw, trying to get it to the back shoulder of Stevie Johnson, incomplete.
You know, even though that's incomplete, it kind of shows you what they want to do with their pass offense. They've got 2 and a third on the front side, and Steve Johnson, their best receiver, all by himself with no help on the backside. He's a nightmare. Sean Smith, who's a big physical corner, is going to have to deal with this all night long, and the ball's thrown a little bit early to the back shoulder. I don't think Steve Johnson saw it.
Brings up 3rd down. The Bills trying to take advantage of the fumble recovery. And now we've got Chris Hairston backpedaling about 2 seconds too early.
Start. Number 75 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
It's kind of a sweet backpedal, though, there. I thought that kick slide was sweet. Watch him come out here. He's worried about Cameron Wake, the quickest pass rusher. Cameron goes, "You kidding me?" And that's a nightmare for a young offensive tackle, Brad. It's his 2nd year in the league. The left tackle's a rookie. And when Cameron Wake's out there with that jackrabbit stance, you know he's coming off the edge. You're trying to get a head start.
Wake with 8.5 sacks leads the Dolphins in that capacity. Fitzpatrick, here comes the rush, and he got the pass complete down to Johnson. And his 1st down, Buffalo. Pick up a 15 on 3rd and 10.
Plenty of time for Fitzpatrick. This is going to be a 2-level route. You're going to see underneath a crossing route right here. That's Spiller. Look at the protection. And in behind Spiller is Stevie Johnson. So it's a 2-layer. Spiller underneath. He brings 2 players with him because that's C.J. Spiller. In behind is Steve Johnson. Again, really difficult to match up with all the different players in this offense.
So 1st and 10 at the Dolphin 37. Fitzpatrick comes near side to Johnson. Another 1st down to the 21. 16 more yards.
Steve Johnson, to me, 101. This is a former 5th-round pick out of Kentucky. 101, he's tough. Uses his own hand to come back and complete the route. And watch Spiller come over here and get the block on Cameron Wake. That's beautiful. That's team football right there, Brad Nessler.
Absolutely. And a 1st down, back-to-back 1st downs at the 21-yard line. And now Fitzpatrick under center. Doran Dickerson, the fullback's in there. He's going to lead the way for Spiller, who's going to take it the other way. And he'll be dragged down for only about a 1-yard gain if he got a yard.
And there are times, and I'm a big proponent of C.J. Spiller, but again, there are times when he bounces it too wide too often. At the very end of it, watch the quarterback Fitzpatrick here, the Harvard boy throwing his shoulder in there. Atta boy. I like it.
We have enough concussion problems in the NFL quarterback. We don't need one here.
Yeah, but
stuck his nose in there, though.
I agree, but that's the kind of thing that earns your respect in the locker room, you know?
2nd down and 9. T.J. Graham in motion. Spiller this time goes up the middle and gets inside the 15, down to the 14. Big 3rd down coming up here for the Bills as they're in the red zone, trying to take advantage again of the fumble recovery.
Now, I really like the 3 interior offensive linemen for Buffalo. Eric Wood was a 1st-round pick. They tried to play at guard a couple years ago. I now think he's playing close to a Pro Bowl level at center. Andy Levitri and Craig Urbick, they're really solid athletically inside. And here comes Spiller out wide. That causes another matchup problem. Spiller and Stevie Johnson on the same side.
3rd and 3, empty backfield. Fitzpatrick's going the other way to the end zone. Broken up. Donald Jones got a hand on it, but that's it. And it was Wilson out there covering.
You know, when they go empty like that, 5 wide, again, football, the NFL is a matchup league. He picks front side on the 3 side. Number 27, Jimmy Wilson has good coverage there, but Donald Jones could have made a play. And Jimmy Wilson's been torched a little bit the last 2 weeks. He's their nickel defender, and I really think they're going to get after him.
Lindell's only missed once this year. This will be a 32-yard field goal attempt. So Buffalo, 10 minutes into the game, has a 10-point lead. Brian Hartline didn't hold it. He's saying, my bad. That bad turned into 3. Drew Brees and the Saints. Matt Ryan and the Falcons. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, things are heating up in that division.
Yep.
You know, Atlanta loses a football game. New Orleans gets on a roll. Tampa Bay, by the way, no pushover right now at 5-4.
Marcus Thigpen from the 3. And straight up the middle. Marcus Thigpen in the open field. Brad Smith, the only guy that's got a shot. He's not going to get him. Touchdown, Miami. 96 yards. So Thigpen telling McKelvin, anything you can do, I can do better.
Two of the better return teams in the National Football League. They're number 7 in the league in kickoff return average, averaging almost 28 yards a return. There's the two-man wedge, and there's Jaworski Lane. He's going to start up toward the middle, press the middle of the field, and look at the lane he's got. Nobody but a kicker. Kickers can't tackle. Now it's a foot race, and he's faster than Brad Smith. Great blocking up front, and I like how he set up the initial cut by pressing the middle of the field.
Carpenter's point after is good. Well, it was a 10-point lead with the 5 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. Now with 4:55 remaining in the quarter, 3-point game. 2 big plays by the special teams tonight so far. First kickoff return for a touchdown in 3 years for the Dolphins, 96-yarder.
How many times do you hear the here? You got everybody in one lane. The correct read by the tailback, and Thigpen's gone. That's beautiful.
Well, let's see another one. From a yard deep is McKelvin. And he got out to about the 23-yard line, maybe the 24. So a punt return for a touchdown to 72 yards earlier this season for that young fella. And now 96-yard kickoff return. And Fitzpatrick coming out after warming up his hands.
Kickoff
So far,
return,
it hasn't been
punt return. It's first quarter.
Yeah.
Nats, we got to go in tonight,
Yes,
baby.
we do. So the Bills will work from the 24-yard line. C.J. Spiller in a pistol set behind Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's Chandler, the tight end, settling in. And he'll be the lead blocker. Spiller goes down after a pickup of 3. Bringing up 2nd down and 7. Again, C.J. Spiller and Fred Jackson normally sharing the tailback duties. And Fred out tonight. He's one of their inspirational leaders. And C.J. said, you know, we're going to miss that part with Fred not out there.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And what I love about Fred Jackson is his dependability. He's going to get you 4 to 5. He's also one of the better pass protection tailbacks in the league. Pistol again, Ness. Downhill run game and play action.
Play action and a screen pass to C.J. Spiller. C.J.'s got the first down and a lot more. Spiller across midfield before he's knocked out of bounds by Rashad Jones. Eric Wood leading the way in a pickup of 24.
I really believe that Chan Gailey's got one of the best screen games in the NFL. Play action fake to Spiller. There's the fake. And he's just going to slide out. And now take a look at what he has in front of him. 3 blockers. You can see the natural cutback lane. He gets up into it. Really good job from the blocking perspective. And Spiller, again, with patience, makes the cut, set the block up, That's beautiful. Love watching their screen game.
Now Tashard Choice giving C.J. Spiller a breather. And he kind of burrows his way for about 3 yards. For C.J. Spiller, that's his 8th reception this year of 20 yards or more. That's more than anybody else in the NFL out of the tailback position.
And you look at him tonight, 6 carries, 1 reception. That's 7 touches in the first quarter.
Yep.
He's only been averaging 12 to 13 touches. And I really believe, remember, he's a top 10 pick. I really believe they've got to feature him a little bit more, even if it's at the expense of Fred Jackson.
Under 3 minutes in the quarter, 2nd down at 8. Fitzpatrick play fake, bootleg, and the throw on the run is right on the money to Chandler, who's wide open. And he blasts his way down to the 26. Ball came out at the end, but he covered it himself.
Yep. This is a bootleg with a slow block by the tight end. So here's Chandler right here. He's just going to contact and then sneak out. Play action fake. He sneaks. Look at him bite up here. Just dump it in behind. That's way too easy in the NFL. Lack of discipline on the backside. The ball gets ripped out, but Chandler comes up with it.
Chandler's 28th catch of the year. 5 of those have been for touchdowns.
Yeah, hit 3rd down in red zone. He's one of the most effective tight ends in football.
C.J. Spiller back in there flanking Fitzpatrick in the gun. 1st and 10 at the Dolphin 25. Quick throw. Screen out to the wide receiver this time, but Chandler the lead blocker, and he didn't block too much. T.J. Graham got a couple maybe.
Yeah, Rashad Jones did a nice job, but I thought Graham made the wrong cut. And, you know, Brad, when you talk about a screen game, it's not just to the tailback, although they do a great job with the tailback screen. They do wide receiver bubble screens. That was a one-man screen out there. Chan Gailey is the master of the screen game.
So 2nd down and 8.
Hey, Mike 5-6, Mike 5-6.
And again, 3 receivers to the near side, including Chandler, who's in the slot. Draw play to Spiller. Stiff arm. Heads to the sideline. Not sure if he got to the sticks or not, but he's very close.
He so much wants to bounce everything, and I think he's gotten more and more patient, but I want to see him get north and south. Good job here by the right guard, Urbic, who was a 3rd-round pick a few years ago of the Steelers. There's the lane, and when you've got that kind of speed, stiff arm, on Rashad Jones, he's an exciting back, man.
3rd down and a yard.
Mike 5-8, Mike 5-8.
And now Spiller will empty the Bills' backfield. Fitzpatrick throws and knocked down and almost intercepted by Carlos Dansby, the middle linebacker. So on 3rd and 1, they decide to throw, and that's got the fans a little restless.
Yeah, they went empty too, and here he is. I told you, 3rd down in red zone. Here's the route. Dansby contacts him and then undercuts it. Put the other hand up there, you might still be running Carlos.
So the field goal unit on. First one was good from 32. This will be a 34-yard attempt by Ryan Lundell. Two for 2 on the night. 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Buffalo tacks another field goal on, and they lead 13-7. A reminder for you, wake up with NFL AM. Tomorrow, the only morning show dedicated to the NFL. Tomorrow morning, Packers wide receiver James Jones will talk about Sunday's matchup with the rival Lions. We'll also have complete highlights and reaction from the key players in tonight's games. As always, you can wake up with a first look at the latest NFL news, information, and highlights leading in to the weekend's games. Don't miss NFL AM tomorrow and every weekday, 6 a.m. Eastern time only on NFL Network. Nice drive, 8 plays, 60 yards, 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. 4 minutes and 15 seconds elapsed, I should say, and 40 seconds remaining in the quarter. Ryan Tannehill warming up on the sideline. C.J. Spiller also trying to catch his breath and warm up at the same time. Big Pin, the last time he touched it, he went 96 yards.
You know, if you just tune this game in and you're not expecting a whole lot from a 4-5 team and a 3-6 team, this has been a fun game.
You missed some big plays if you're just tuning in.
2 special teams touchdowns, a lot of offense. This has really been fun so far.
Lindell to kick. He'd like to keep it away from Thigpen, but I'm afraid he's not going to be able to.
Yeah,
a yard deep this time.
Does not have a big leg.
Thigpen weaves his way across the 25 out to about the 27-yard line. And if you are just tuning in, shame on you for being late. But here's how some of the action has happened tonight. McKelvin on a punt return. And he takes it 79 yards in a hurry for the Bills. That gave them a 7-0 lead. They added a field goal, then they kicked off to this guy. And Thigpen goes 96 yards and wins a foot race with Brad Smith to the corner of the end zone. That's how we stand right now. The field goal we just had from Lindell. Daniel Thomas carries for the first time tonight, picks up 3.
And with a Dave Wannstedt defense, it's about the front 4. And that front 4 with Mario Williams getting healthy. I think Kyle Williams, the defensive tackle, is one of the top players in this league. I really do.
And then you got Marcel Darius, who's a first-round pick as well a couple years ago.
Yeah, there's some stoutness there. 99 coming out of Bama. He's learning how to play. He's up and down a little bit. But 95 is the Energizer Bunny. He's one of the top football players in this league.
Good first quarter. As Mike said, a fun first quarter. Here in Orchard Park, New York, the Bills at home trying to win their 4th game of the year. They've got a 6-point lead at the end of 1. Tonight's aerial coverage is being presented by America's Navy. And we salute all our servicemen and women, a lot of them in the crowd with us tonight.
Hey,
for the Dolphins and the Bills.
One of them's the offensive line coach, Jim Turner, for the Miami Dolphins, a former Marine. Thank you.
Go, go.
On 2nd and 7. Thomas got it out near the 34-yard line.
Brad, we talked about front 4. That's Dave Wannstedt. Kyle Williams, to me, one of the top defensive tackles in the league. Incognito has him. They're trying to chip and get to the 2nd level. He splits it, makes the tackle for no gain. Mario Williams went healthy. Swim move. Remember, he had a procedure on his wrist during their open week. Just getting back to about 85 or 90% healthy. He's a difference maker when healthy. And there goes Darius, that 2nd-year player out of Alabama, 1st-round pick, 340 pounds.
Number 99 in the defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Marcel gets that 330 pounds going in the wrong direction. It's kind of hard to stop. And there you see the penalty. First down for Miami that comes by penalty. From the 39-yard line. High backfield here, and Darius makes the stop on Daniel Thomas right at the 40-yard line as we check in with Alex.
Hey, Brad and Mike, you guys mentioned Mario Williams. He's been playing with a wrist injury all season long, injured it in the preseason, and actually had surgery on it about 2.5 weeks ago during the bye week. He said coming into this game he was hoping that he wouldn't have to play with the cast, but you see it there on his left hand. He does have the wrist wrapped with a cast, kind of gives him some mental assurance so he can really use his hands out there, Mike and Brad.
Boy, that makes a huge difference. Playing that position and playing it the way he does. Tannehill with the throw is complete. Devon Best picks up about 5. And it's still going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
You know, and when you have a rookie 2nd-round pick at right tackle, you want to pick on him a little bit. So what do? You put Mario Williams over there. Good job by Martin re-anchoring right here because Williams was coming hard. He gets under him with a bull rush, but the ball comes out quickly.
Williams coming from one side and Sean Merriman coming from the other. 3rd and 4. Tannehill. Incomplete. Bess got a hand on it. And it'll bring out the punting unit.
Good job by Jake Long that time on Merriman. I'm not sure there's been a guy that's made more money in the league over the last 4 or 5 years for doing less than Sean Merriman. Former 1st-round pick, had a couple of big years, but since then hasn't been the same guy, mostly due to injury.
The big years came out in San Diego.
Yep.
Brandon Fields to punt. I think he'd do anything to knock one out of bounds at about the 10-yard line instead of kicking it to number 21. fair catch. This time by McKelvin, taken around the 11-yard line. 12:54 remaining in the first half. The Bills at home leading by 6, and they'll have it on offense when we come back. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by GMC. Vote for the Never Say Never moment of the week at NFL.com/GMC. And by K Jewelers, the #1 store in America. Every kiss begins with K. In honor of Veterans Day, for every point scored during the NFL's 32 Salute to Service games illegal, donate $100 to each of its nonprofit partners, the Pat Tillman Foundation, USO, and Wounded Warrior Project. To join the salute and learn more, visit NFL.com/salute. There's some of our servicemen and women down in the far side of the Ralph Wilson Stadium, where the Bills lead and go back to work offensively, with C.J. Spiller picking up 5 on the inside.
8 carries already, a reception, 9 touches early in the first half.
He's doing just about what we expected of him.
No doubt. You covered him a lot in college, Brad. I saw an awful lot of him on tape, and he was a guy that was so used in Clemson to breaking off 50 and 60-yard chunks. I think it hurt him his first 2 years in the league. He got frustrated when he couldn't.
He said, I thought I could do that when I got here. It's a little different at this level. Fitzpatrick throws in and out of the hands of Stevie Johnson.
And that's the second throw he's made tonight where I question a little bit. And he's got a gunslinger mentality. People have talked about that. Kevin Coyle, the defensive coordinator, Brad, was with him in Cincinnati for 2 years. And he said, hey, he's not afraid to try and fit it into some tight places. On that third down to Chandler, Dansby almost picked it, and I thought that was real tough right there. Sean Smith all over Steve Johnson.
And that's 3rd down and 5 for the Bills at the 17-yard line.
I think you got to be looking at Jimmy Wilson, the nickel. And now he's got, right here, backside, he's got 1-on-1.
Looking the other way, though, and he's going to throw a streak down the sideline. Too much for T.J. Graham. Couldn't quite get to it, but a flag down.
Joe Philbin not happy. They're on the field complaining there. Nolan Carroll, press man coverage. They're going to say it was uncatchable.
The officials will have a little conference over there in front of the Dolphin bench. Here's a look at the end of the play.
Find the football with your eyes. Look at the left hand on the arm bar. That's an arm bar.
Number 28.
That is a clear-cut pass interference call.
It's a good call.
That's a great shot of the arm bar.
So big first down, a frustrated first-year Dolphin head coach. But that was the right call, and it puts it out at the 48-yard line.
Hey, they've only had 12 plays on offense. They got 7 points on the board because of the special teams play. It's been thoroughly dominated so far by both the offense and defense of the Buffalo Bills.
It's a 31-yard penalty. 1st and 10, Buffalo. Johnson comes in motion to the near side. Fitzpatrick wants to throw a screen again, and he threw it right over the head of C.J. Spiller. And that maybe is just as well that one wasn't completed. I think they were going to lose yards on that one.
Yeah, really good job. I think it was Dansby here eyeing up what's going to happen with the screen. Look at his eyes stay on Spiller, and as soon as he tries to leak out, he's going to stay right with him. And you've got to be alert all game long to this Buffalo screen game. And Carlos Dansby, the 9-year veteran at Auburn, was.
Leads the team in tackles. Did a great job on C.J. Spiller there. 2nd down and 10.
330.
Fitzpatrick reverses his field. He's in trouble. And now trying to run, and he gets a 1st down out of it.
Oh, boy.
It wasn't necessarily pretty, but it's 12 yards and a 1st down.
Look at him laughing. I mean, he's not used to that. And the Miami Dolphins tackled poorly a week ago against Tennessee. This is all Ryan Fitzpatrick. They're playing a deep zone on 3rd down. Excuse me, it was 2nd and 10. There's the missed tackle by Odrick. Cameron Wake can't catch him. And a kind of nifty run there by Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And a first down at the 39 of Miami. Now back in the shotgun. Miami thinking about a blitz off the corner, and they will bring it. The throw goes the other way, and it's incomplete.
Another flag.
Another flag. It's either holding or pass interference on the same guy.
Pass interference, defense, number 28. Ball we placed instead of the foul. First down.
This is Nolan Carroll, the third-year player out of Maryland, working. There's the left arm on him again. And
might not have been so bad if had he turned around.
Exactly. Once you kind of bury your head into the chest of the wide receiver without making a legitimate effort to try and knock the ball down, and go, that's where they're going to call it.
For the Bills, this is the Nolan Carroll drive. The 24-yard line, 1st and 10. C.J. Spiller takes it outside, works his way near the 20 before he's buried by Kevin Burnett and company. Pick up a 4 more.
And Randy Starks did a nice job forcing him to bounce it. And at the end of the play, Starks could have been called for an unsportsmanlike penalty, I think. But he did a real good job defeating the block and forcing the bounce.
The Bills last week lost to New England, and they had 35 first downs. Think about that one for a second.
Hey, I watched that tape, and they had a chance to win it at the end of the game, and T.J. Graham, the rookie wide receiver, didn't cross the face of the safety on an interception by Ryan Fitzpatrick.
That came in the final 20 seconds and sealed the deal for New England. Tashard Choice in the backfield. And he goes straight up the middle for 3, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They can get a first down at the 14-yard line.
And Brad, the numbers are staggering right now for Buffalo. They've had 24 plays for 137 yards, where Miami's 12 plays for 40. So it's been complete domination up front, offensive and defensive lines, by the Buffalo Bills.
Another good-looking drive. This is the 8th play of the drive. We're under 10 minutes in the half. Joyce stays in there. Spiller on the sideline getting warmed up.
Alert 84, 3rd down and red zone.
That's Scott Chandler, the tight end, on 3rd and 3. Fitzpatrick flushed and going to go down for the first time at the 20.
He wanted Chandler. Rashad Jones did a real nice job, and the linebacker came underneath him.
So good job getting the stop for the Dolphin defense, and it'll force another field goal.
See, they had what looked like A-gap pressure, then Burnett dropped back underneath. So they effectively had 2.5 bodies on him with a free safety in the middle of the field. Had to pull it down. Really good job by the Miami defense.
So far, Lindell 32, 34. Now they'll try from 37. Again, he's only missed once all year. And we've got motion. This might be a deeper field goal.
False start. 60 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Greg Urbick, a false start. Now it's a 42-yard attempt upcoming, and that's the longest that Lindell has hit from this year.
And you're exactly right, Brad. And they're a team that 4-down territory starts earlier for them because he does not have a big leg. He's highly consistent, but he doesn't have the big leg.
So let's see if he can match his long of the year from 42 following the penalty.
They're one of the few teams in the league that hasn't even tried a field goal over 50 yards this year.
No problem. 42-yarder is good. The lead goes to 9 with just under 9 remaining in the first half in this AFC East battle. And right now the Bills have the better of it at home. Don't forget, coming up 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. The Falcons have only one blemish on their record so far, and that came at the hands of the Saints last Sunday. Rematch round 2, 2 weeks from tonight at the Georgia Dome. Lindell's kick. Thigpen's got to run up in a hurry on this one on the fly at the 9-yard line. And he'll only get to the 23 this time. Joe Philbin, his first year as the head coach, the 10th Dolphins coach in Joe did a postgraduate year at Worcester Academy on a coaching staff, and we asked him who influenced him as a coach, and he said Ken O'Keefe, Kirk Ferentz, and Mike Sherman. They were all coaching on that staff. And then with the Dolphins, when Mike was the coach of the Packers, Joe with him there, and now here in his first season with the Dolphins. By the way, Sherman was his English teacher, and Ferentz was one of his dorm supervisors. He's known those guys a long time. Kirk, of course, the head coach at Iowa. Tannehill going deep on the sideline and broken up at the last second, intended for Hartline.
And he wanted the deep route the whole time. And what they do with a lot of young quarterbacks is max protect, heavy play action, and then they try and go deep. It's only a 2-receiver route. Deep cross by Hartline. The safety Bird comes over the top. And Bird's one of those guys that only ran like 4.65 at the combine, but he reads quarterback's eyes and he makes plays.
That one hung up a little too long. Tannehill now will flip this one out to Reggie Bush. And Reggie's got a first down. Backpedals his way for about 14 yards.
And did you notice how he finished that run, Brad?
Both hands around the ball.
Yeah, dropped the pad level, held on to the football. Remember, this was a big story in Miami last week. After a 15-yard gain in the second series of the game on 3rd and 13, he fumbled. Joe Philbin took him out of the game. He's going to finish, hold on to the football, and maybe lesson learned.
Reggie had a sensational year last year, going over 1,000 yards rushing for the first time in his career. Now they toss it to him with the lead blocker out in front, but Sean Merriman blew that play up. Nice job by Merriman.
Really good call by you, Brad Nessler, because it's a crack toss. And Merriman, 56. Watch him absolutely blow up Jake Long. There's the pull. He reads everything correctly, and then he jacks him. Long goes on his butt. He forces it back inside. Bradham gets the tackle, but man, wow, that is a great job by Merriman. That's stack, shed, and finish.
Empty backfield for Tannehill now on second down and a long 11. Oh, Merriman got a jump. Long went with him.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Merriman.
I do too.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
First a giveth and now a taketh away for Sean Merriman.
And what's interesting is he's getting another opportunity because of injuries along that front. Chris Kelsey's out for the second consecutive week on the inactive list due to injury. And remember, they signed Mark Anderson to some significant dollars. He's out for the 5th consecutive week. So the defensive end position's been hit hard by injuries, and Merriman's got a shot to make some plays.
And Mario Williams on the sideline.
Exactly.
Checking him out. Again, Reggie Bush will flush over to slot on the right side as Tannehill looking left all the way, waited too long. Ball batted and almost picked off. He had one tipped and intercepted a week ago, and that almost happened again.
Yeah, and they're doing a nice job, Buffalo, not letting anything get vertical, and that's one of the problems Miami's had is they don't have a vertical guy. Tannehill wants to get deep. Good job from behind. Kyle Moore, number 54, right there. Gets his hand on the elbow of the quarterback.
And this is where the rookie quarterback's got to be careful.
Mario Williams back in the game.
3rd down and 6.
Working on that right tackle, the rookie from Stanford.
Tannehill throws complete, but well short of the first down. Devon Bess and Jarris Bird. Nice open field hit.
It's Dave Wannstedt. When his defense plays well, it's about rushing 4. He doesn't like all the gadget rushes and exotic plays. It's a 4-man rush and play pass defense behind.
So Brandon Fields set for his 4th punt. Leotis McKelvin waits on the other end. If you missed it earlier, he had a 79-yard return for a touchdown. The last one, he had the fair catch. And this one likewise. Fair catch taken at the 16-yard line. 6:08 remaining in the first half. Buffalo at home on a cold night at Ralph Wilson Stadium with a 9-point lead. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. and by the 2013 LS and all-new LSF Sports, an entirely new pursuit. Brad Nessler, Mike Mayock, Alex Flanagan, Orchard Park, New York. The Bills at home, leading by a 3 field goal night so far by their place kicker, and a 79-yard punt return by Leotis McKelvin. That and some nifty footwork by C.J. Spiller tonight out of the Buffalo backfield. And here is C.J. in the middle of the pile, bounces it off, made a tackler miss, and gets out to the 20-yard line. Looked like he was going to lose a yard, picked up 4 instead.
Interesting night for C.J. Spiller. His 10th carry. He's got a screen catch. He comes up the middle. I thought he should have pressed it north, but again, he's positive yards. I like that. Look at the block. Comes across the quarterback, pass protection, and finally the screen. Sets up his blockers, patient, then accelerates.
And on the last play, bounced off the hit by Rashad Jones and got positive yardage. 2nd down and 6. Lee Smith, the second tight end in there for Buffalo right now. Quick throw out to Stevie Johnson. 1st down, gets across the 30. Picks up 12.
Anytime Ryan Fitzpatrick senses pressure, they love to screen away from it. He knows the nickel's coming, so what's he do? He comes to the screen right down here to Steve Johnson with a soft corner. Really nice job. Ball's out quickly. In the NFL, that's as close to stealing as it gets right there.
Stevie Johnson, the guy that maybe doesn't get a lot of publicity, but he had back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons. Has 3 catches tonight. 1st down just inside the 32. Under 5 minutes remaining in the half. Buffalo with the lead. Play fake. Fitzpatrick loads and goes deep. Near sideline, incomplete, intended for Donald Jones.
Another one. There's another flag down, and I believe it's Nolan Carroll again.
Here's the call.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 28. Fire penalty. Automatic 1st down.
Wow. Tough night for Nolan Carroll.
Yeah, that's the 3rd one in the last 2 series. He's going to turn and run on the double move now, and there's the contact, which, you know, was minimal, number 1, and at some point a defender has a right to a piece of turf, and the wide receiver's got to make room. But third call. That's a tough night, man.
3rd penalty, all on the defense, all on the same player. Spiller trying to spin away and can't this time. Jimmy Wilson, nice stop coming up from his safety position. Let's check in with Alex.
Hey, Brad, well, C.J. Spiller really having a career season so far, despite the fact that he's been splitting carries much of the season with Fred Jackson. He's averaging, coming into this game, a ridiculous 7.3 yards per carry. But you see Tashard Choice being replaced in there sometimes because Changeli says that sometimes his young running back gets a little too excited. He says he is the type of player that exerts an awful lot of energy. Brad, I know you followed him in college and are aware of that as well.
He's on his way to, in this half, having 1,000 yards combined with his receiving and running so far this year. Fitzpatrick over the middle, complete to Chandler, out to the 40. Picked up 8, and still going to be 3rd down and long.
But now it's 3rd down and makeable. I like the call there. 3rd and 6 type of situation. They've got an awful lot of personnel groupings that you have to deal with. Spiller off the field. Tashard Choice, pretty good pass protection person in the backfield now.
Hey, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5.
Fitzpatrick in the gun on 3rd down and 6. Stevie Johnson in motion. So 3 receivers to the near side. Fitzpatrick's looking the other way and incomplete. Tried to throw it to Tashard Choice, who was double covered. Nice job defensively by Messi and Randy Starks. And the Bills will have to give it up.
Really good protection. They brought the sub with the nickel off the edge.
Devon Bess in punt return formation from Sean Powell, a rookie out of Florida State.
I kind of thought Tashard Joyce alligator armed that one. He led him right into a defender, but he didn't go for the ball, I don't think.
Got some pressure on Powell, but a nice kick and all the way to the far sideline. Can't do it much better than that. Dolphins are going to be inside the 10. Nice job by the Bills punter. 3 minutes remaining first half.
Tashard Joyce is going to run a little arrow route, and Fitzpatrick puts it on him. But look at the lack of effort here by Joyce. Doesn't go for the football, anticipating contact. And if you're looking to get more snaps, if you're looking for a way to help your team win, this is not it.
Tashard obviously thought he had a choice there, and he didn't choose wisely. First down at the 7-yard line for Miami. Not much there for Reggie Bush. Maybe a yard.
I'm telling you, this front four is stout tonight. We haven't seen this. I watched a bunch of their tape. I haven't seen them play this well up front all season long, and it's really Marcel Darius and Kyle Williams. Kelvin Shepard cleaned that one up.
And we talked about they came in ranked second to last in defense and dead last against the rush, and tonight they don't look like that unit, do they?
Not at all.
Second down and 9. Tannehill, play fake, wants to throw from his own end zone, had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he just threw it out of bounds. Kyle Moore was coming like a locomotive.
Yeah, if you're going to run play action, you've got to block the defensive end of that side. Jaworski Lane ran right past him. His quarterback took a big hit.
Third down and 9, and the Dolphins haven't picked up the third down yet. And this one's going to have their quarterback near his own goal line to throw. Not going to throw. They dump him at the 1-yard line. Mario Williams.
Yeah, he killed Jonathan Martin, the rookie second-round pick. Watch these two players right here. Mario Williams is going to take him to school. Bull rush, gets right under him, jacks him back into the quarterback, and gets the sack. That's all Mario Williams, and this is what Dave Wannstedt wants. Right here. Dominant front four. Mario earning some of that big money they're paying him.
And now the punter for Miami is not even going to have the amount of space he'd like to have to take the snap and kick this thing. Got a timeout right now taken with 2:13 remaining. Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to have a couple of timeouts to work with, plus the 2-minute warning. Don't forget Sunday's game day. So's Thanksgiving Thursday. Game day morning, a special edition. All the trimmings for you. Set the stage for the big Thanksgiving Day games. The Texans and the Lions, Redskins, Cowboys, and Patriots, Jets. Game day morning, Thanksgiving morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And again, Fields backed up to about 1 foot in the back of his own end zone.
Boy, does he drive it, huh?
Yeah, McKelvin backpedals all the way to the 32. But McKelvin's got room to work. He's already got 1 touchdown tonight. And McKelvin, nice return out to around the 47-yard line, brings us to the 2-minute warning. 65-yard kick, but a 14-yard return. Dolphins trailing Buffalo here on the road. The Bills have the football and a chance to add to it before the break.
Rich Eisen getting set for the Lexus halftime show. Updates on all the injured quarterbacks, and we're going to give away a trip to the Pro Bowl. Not only because we like rolling that way, but anything close to Hawaii to keep us warm, Brad, we're up for it.
All right, Rich, you got that right. It's about 32 degrees right now. Buffalo with a 9-point lead and an opportunity to add to it here with good field position at the 47-yard line. Fitzpatrick again wants to throw a screen. Got it in the hands of C.J. Spiller. Blockers in front. He's got a first down before he's run out of bounds. Pickup of 13 more for C.J. Spiller.
Mentioned how Fitzpatrick likes to throw away from overload and blitz. Look at these guys coming from the left side. Spiller crosses his face, looks left, checks it back down to the right. There it is. Wide open. I think Buffalo does as good a job as anybody in the league with their screen game again. Just a nice job by the quarterback identifying and throwing away from the overload.
They got it at the 40-yard line. Plenty of time remaining. 150 and 2 timeouts. Fitzpatrick draw play to Spiller. CJ gets into the secondary. He's got another first down all the way down to the 21-yard line. Wow. 20 yards on the run.
I want to talk about an ability to make cuts. Makes the cut off Urbic. Now a cut off Wood. That's a gorgeous cut. Cut off the referee. Again, I mean, how many cuts does he make on one play?
Right off the umpire's elbow.
You got to make that tackle. The umpire is bad. Come on, man.
Spiller comes out. Choice goes in. Right at the 20-yard line. Right now, C.J. Spiller has outgained the entire Dolphin team. And now Choice for about 4 yards.
To be fair, the Dolphins have only gained 50 yards this half. Right?
Exactly. Remember, their touchdown came on a kickoff return. So now the clock winds its way down to 50 seconds. There's the plays. And Buffalo's dominated this game.
And Brad, C.J. Spiller's got 14 touches for 97.
Empty backfield. Fitzpatrick with about a half minute remaining in the quarter. Steps up and tripped up. Goes down. Randy Starks got a hand on his foot and dropped him for a loss. So now Buffalo's going to take a timeout. So we take another look.
Good job there by Starks.
Now this would definitely be a wasted opportunity by Buffalo. If they can't pick up this third down, they're going to have to try another field goal, and they're thinking touchdown here. There was plenty of time, and they had plenty of time to use those timeouts.
And they've got to finish some drives, but let's be honest about this. The way their defense is playing tonight, which is not typical. They've played great football tonight. Miami's not doing anything.
Right.
So it's all about points on the board. You're up 9, let's get up 12, or let's get it. But it's got to be points on the board.
Obviously, their field goal kicker's done a nice job tonight. He's 3 for 3, and they're in the red zone again, but they'd like to take advantage and get a touchdown. Third down and 8. That's Chandler to the tight end, moving to the left side. Fitzpatrick throws to Johnson, and he's got it inside the 5. First and goal for the Bills. And now do they hustle up there and try to spike it? Or take the timeout?
15 seconds, yeah. Boy, really good protection, and I love the identification of the one-on-one opportunity. This is all about the mismatch again. It's a one-on-one opportunity, the featured match of the evening, which is Stevie Johnson against Sean Smith. He works off of him and, like a weak side rebounder, uses his body, keeps him on his back, rebounds the ball. That's a big physical receiver that's also quick as can be and having a good night.
And now, Mike, with no timeouts, they got to go to the end zone on a couple plays if they have time for 2.
You'll never get the field goal unit on the field, and you probably don't want him standing on the sideline either.
I know. That's what I was thinking. But Tashard Choice is in there, and as you said, he's a good blocker in pass protection. First and goal at the 4. Can the Bills get it in the end zone here before halftime? Fitzpatrick throws across the middle. It's tipped and intercepted. Nope, dropped by Jimmy Wilson. Got his hands under it and couldn't hold it. And now they got 9 seconds left.
And your quarterback has to understand the situation here. Points on the board are critical. Jimmy Wilson, you got to finish the play. Bottom line, you get an opportunity like that to save points. It's like a turnover when you drop that football.
Remember, they had 2 red zone turnovers last week, including an interception in the final 20 seconds that Fitzpatrick threw. And now they've got one more crack at the end zone before bringing out the field goal unit.
When in doubt, throw it in the 24th row and kick a field goal.
Here's the throw, and in and out of the hands of Johnson, but a flag. But it may not make any difference here. With 6 seconds and the ball placed down at the 1, they still got to kick the field goal here, don't they?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. 6 seconds, you can get the ball out on a one-on-one very quickly.
Pass interference defense, number 24. Foul in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. First down.
They still got the offense out there, Mike.
I'm taking a shot. Now let's see. He's wrapping them up. That's a good call. But I'm keeping the offense out and taking a shot. Now, you can't run the football here.
Maybe roll Fitzpatrick out, but you don't want to waste the whole 6 seconds. This has got to be a bang-bang play. First and goal at the 1.
Right up here.
That's Chandler. All 6'7" of him. And that's where they're going. But it's knocked down. Nice play. Rashad Jones does a nice job keeping his body in front of the receiver. And now here comes the field goal unit with 3 seconds remaining.
I kind of feel like the flaw in this play is why run a slant, which brings the football down to eye level of the shorter guy. I'd much rather throw it up in the air and let my 6'7" wide receiver go catch it.
That's like a 7-foot center getting a rebound and then holding it at his waist.
Exactly. We're doing a lot of basketball tonight, aren't we?
It's basketball season also. Now this guy hasn't missed, and this should be, if it's not too close, obviously a chip shot. 19-yard field goal attempt on the final play of the half. Lindell, a 4 field goal first half, but 4 red zone possessions for the Bills, and they only get 4 field goals out of it. Still, Buffalo at halftime leading at home 19-7. It's the end of the first half. Don't forget, stick around, stay tuned for the Lexus halftime show. Rich and the guys are coming up shortly.
C.J. Spiller at the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown!
And an AFC East battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. McKelvin in the open field. He is gone.
It's Thursday night football, and we're ready to go.
Marcus Thigpen in the open field. Touchdown, Miami. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Dolphins, Bills, let's go. Dolphins, Bills, let's go.
Just about set to start the second half. Ryan Tannehill trying to warm up on the sideline. He'd like to warm up on the field because it has not been a good first half for the rookie quarterback. As we take a look at the first half game summary presented by Cannon. The Dolphins have 7 on the board, but that came on that kick return for a touchdown. Almost twice as much time of possession for Buffalo. But their trips in the red zone, Mike Mayock, all ended up in field goals. So right now, the Dolphins, they're going to have to put together a second half, an impressive second half, or they can kiss the playoffs goodbye.
Yeah, it's a 7-7 game with the special teams, but I thought it was the Buffalo defense that carried the first half. Let's face it, that defensive line is the key to what they want to do in Dave Wannstedt's scheme. Up front, Kyle Williams, to me, again, one of the top defensive tackles in the league. He's going to whip Richie Incognito here, split the double, make the tackle on Reggie Bush. And then the other Williams, Mario, working against the rookie offensive tackle, Jonathan Martin. Bull rush, almost into the end zone on Tannehill. Big play. 2 first downs, 50 total yards. Brad, it's total domination by the Buffalo defense.
The Dolphins haven't run a play in Buffalo territory tonight. They did get to the 50 at one point. Meanwhile, the Bills have run 36 plays, and 21 of those have been in Dolphin territory. This guy has a punt return for a touchdown tonight. Leotis McKelvin, that was the first score of the night, a 79-yard punt return. See how he does as a kickoff return man. He'll get a shot at it from 5 yards deep. McKelvin to the 21, and that's about it as we check in with Alex.
Hey, Brad, well, Chan Gailey told me at the half that his defense is playing unbelievably great, his words. Meanwhile, the Miami Dolphins have more yards in penalties than they do in offense, 51-50. So Joe Philbin telling me at the half, in the second half, they have to get something going on offense. He says he plans to do that by using more play action, by moving Ryan Tannehill around more, and by knocking the Bills off the ball, which he said is something they were unable to do in the first half. Meanwhile, Chan Gailey says that his team had a solid offensive performance in the first half, but they have to score touchdowns in the red zone, Brad.
All right, Alex, a lot of that offense came from C.J. Spiller, and he's with Ryan Fitzpatrick in the shotgun right now. T.J. Graham, the rookie wide receiver, in motion. And here's Spiller's first carry of the second half. And he twists his way out for 7. Nolan Carroll, who did not have a good half, made the tackle.
Craig Urbick is going to pull, and really nice job of CJ being patient again, getting in behind Urbick, understanding that he seals the edge, and that gives him a one-on-one on Nolan Carroll. And Alex mentioned the penalties, 4 on defensive backs in the first half, 3 on Carroll and 1 on Sean Smith.
Here's a situation you like to be in. Second down and short. Chandler, the tight end, switches sides. As Spiller will take it behind Chandler. First down, and he almost broke that one into the secondary. Rashard Jones stops him, but CJ got 9 more on the ground.
They're going to get a double in here, and then Chandler coming across, and Spiller again. There's the double. Good job by the right tackle Hairston to cut up the field north and south, and that's when I know he's in the groove. Make the one cut, get up the field, maximize the gain.
He comes out. Tashard Choice comes in with a first down for the Bills in the pistol set at the 37-yard line. Choice popped it outside after being met at the line of scrimmage. He did eke a yard or 2 out of it.
Well, he had an opportunity to bounce that. If that's C.J. Spiller, he bounces it. But Choice just put his head down and ran into it. I thought Hairston gave him a chance to get the edge.
Take out one all-ACC performer from Clemson, put in one from Georgia Tech. C.J. back in there now. Second down and 8. They fake the draw. They throw the wide out screen to Jones. He battles his way out near the first down marker. Going to be a little bit short. I think a couple of feet shy.
Stevie Johnson did a nice job there blocking it. It's just a wide receiver screen. If you're not getting the football, you better block. So watch Johnson here come out and get the block on Sean Smith. Don't have to kill him, just cover him up.
Yeah, I thought it was short, but that last surge got him across the line. First down at the 47. Fitzpatrick will throw on first down. To the outside, complete, nice throw and catch. Stevie Johnson tackled immediately by Sean Smith, but he got 9.
You know, when they put the tight end in motion, watch what happens. They end up with 3-by-1 over here. And then up top of the screen, it's man-to-man. Sean Smith, who's been tracking him all night, press man, back shoulder throw. Nice job. And then Cameron Wake's the guy you got to block in your pass protection scheme. Spiller, for the second time tonight, cut him and took him to the ground. Johnson limping a little bit after that last catch. He does come out to the bottom of the screen on a second down and 1. Spiller. First down. C.J. Spiller, minimum of 100 carries and 7.01 yards per carry. And we mentioned this in the pregame show, kidding around. Got to go back to find a running back to have that high of an average per carry. Beatty Feathers for the Bears, 8.44 in 1934. And Beatty was the first guy that year to have a 1,000-yard rushing season in the NFL history. And he played with Steve Mariucci in high school. First down. Here's Tashard Choice, and he tries to follow his tight end and then broke it off and picked up 2 or 3. See, he doesn't have the same feel for this as CJ does. That time again, he had an opportunity to bounce it. This is a one-back counter play, and he could have gotten in behind his tight end for some significant yards, but he's kind of more of a downhill. I think he's more of an I back than he is a spread back.
Tashard Choice started with the Cowboys and the Redskins, and now here with Buffalo. And he stays in there on 2nd down and 7. 8th play of the Bills' drive. Fitzpatrick looked like he wanted to throw another screen. He finally does late to Choice, and he's dropped for no gain by Rashad Jones. And that one never developed.
And, you know, if you're a defensive coordinator like Kevin Coyle against this offense, you have to know that you're going to see 5 to 10 screens. They do it every week.
Yeah.
And they do it to a variety of players. So almost every down against the Buffalo Bills is an alert down for screen package. And that time Kevin Coyle's guys did a real nice job tackling Choice.
So 3rd down, let's see if the Dolphins can get off the field defensively on 3rd down. That's been a problem the last couple of weeks.
And this can be 4-down territory for Buffalo, given the lack of leg strength with their field goal kicker.
3rd and 7. Fitzpatrick has time. That ball was batted on takeoff at the line, incomplete. Might have been Kevin Burnett. They got a hand on it. And they'll bring out the punting unit.
I like Fitzpatrick's read that time. He went front side, didn't like it, came all the way back the other way and had it. Just Kevin Burnett got a piece.
Devon Bess waits back at the 10-yard line. Paul's last kick buried him inside the 10. This one will be just outside at about the 12. The water flowing at Niagara Falls. The offense of the Dolphins hasn't been. We'll see if they can get it in gear when we come back. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Best Buy and by GMC. Vote for the Never Say Never moment of the week at NFL.com/GMC. Some of the all-time greats. Bruce Smith, it looks like he can put pads on and play right now. Thurman Thomas, another Hall of Famer. Jim Kelly's here as well tonight. And Kyle Williams for Buffalo looked like he jumps into the neutral zone.
Yep, I think you called that right.
Encroachment. 95 defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
You really like this guy.
You know, he's got 5 sacks. He's an interior player. He was not highly rated coming out of LSU. A couple years ago, Brad, I go to the LSU Pro Day. All these first-round picks are running around their weight room, and there's Kyle Williams at the squat rack in the corner by himself working his tail off.
All 303 pounds on a 6'1" frame on the inside. So on 1st and 5, trying to get the ground game established a little bit for Reggie Bush. He got 4. And they'll have short yardage coming up on 2nd down. Dolphins offense the last 2 games. They've now gone 8 quarters without a touchdown.
Wow.
No plays of 20+ yards. And the 3rd down, they couldn't convert a 3rd down against the Bills last year. And
teams are starting to compress on their wide receivers. There's no vertical threats.
And they get the 1st down. That's their first down since there was 8 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
But you know what happens, Brad, when I really like Hartline and I really like Best, but they're better underneath. There's nobody that can take the top off a zone. There's nobody that scares you deep. So it's almost like playing the entire game in the red zone because everything's compressed.
They haven't used their tight end at all tonight either, Fasano, and he's a pretty good one.
Yeah, they're in their heavy set now with Jaworski Lane at fullback and a 230-pound tailback.
But they're going to throw on 1st down. Tannehill going deep near sideline and incomplete intended for Devon Bess. Pretty nice job by Leotis McKelvin in coverage.
Yeah, he's having a good night. This is a double move. And Bess in college ran a 4.740. Double move. McKelvin's way faster than him. He gets hip to hip. Look for the football so they don't call the foul. The foul.
And remember, McKelvin's playing because Aaron Williams is out with a knee injury, inactive tonight. So he's done a good job at the corner and obviously a great job as a punt returner.
And Brad, they've got to stay with the sticks. But 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8, they're not going to convert too many.
Here it is, 2nd and 10. And hit in the backfield and buried. Kyle Williams on Reggie Bush. There you go, showing some of that squat work.
Oh, he's such a good football player. Technique sound. He's right over incognito, the guard here. Watch him work inside incognito. Gets untouched. The fullback can't get him in time because he flashes so quickly. So, A, there's a disconnect between the center and guard, and B, the fullback didn't pick him up.
And here's what you just said. The Dolphins don't want to get in behind the sticks, and they're way behind them. 3rd down and 14. Crowd getting into it for the Bills defense. Tannehill, screen middle, and dropped by Reggie Bush. That might have had something working for it, but he couldn't hold on to the ball.
Interesting series. They try a double move. 1st down, doesn't work. 2nd and 10, they run the ball, get blown up, and then 3rd and long, they try the screen, and it goes nowhere. So once again, Miami's had a total of 25 offensive snaps midway through the 3rd quarter.
That's not enough.
No.
Fields again to kick. Stands at his own 5. McKelvin waiting back at the 30. And he's got to just get out of the way and let this one bounce out of bounds. Buffalo will have it back offensively right there. 56-yard punt. Bills with a lead. C.J. Spiller having a big night. He'll be on the field when we come back. Buffalo leading by 12 with 6:46 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and they begin at their own 24-yard line. Fitzpatrick and Spiller both backpedal into the shotgun on 1st down. Fitzpatrick in trouble and got out of it somehow, and he made 2 or 3 yards out of it.
And that's the slot blitz again, which is something that Kevin Coyle loves, and we've got a player down.
And that is Jimmy Wilson from the secondary of Miami. So we got a timeout with a man down. 6:32 remaining in the 3rd. I think maybe Cordy Glenn, the rookie left tackle out of Georgia, might have gotten a leg on Jimmy Wilson, who was coming in there, and that's why he was shaken up on the play. Cordy's only 345 pounds, so I'm sure each leg weighs about 100. 2nd down and 7. C.J. Spiller stops, steps, cuts outside. Not going to get much out of it, but it shows the moves he's got.
Spiller's had a big night tonight. Watch Craig Urbick pull out, and the timing, the patience. He gets the seal and allows a one-on-one on the corner. Good job by Craig Urbick. Again, Urbick's going to get to the 2nd level. Chris Hairston comes down. Urbick gets on the linebacker. Watch the cut that Spiller makes. In behind Urbick, maximizes the gain again.
CJ lost a couple on that last play, but he's got 16 carries for 79 yards.
Hey, Leo.
3rd down and long for the Bills. Empty backfield. Fitzpatrick. And pressured again from the corner, and it's Cameron Wake. Nice job by the defensive end to come around the corner. 3rd sack of the night for Miami.
And he's untouched because they're moving this way, and he comes right off the edge untouched. Sliding to the left. Fitzpatrick has no chance. I like the way he protects the football. Nessler, you could have made that sack.
Well, I don't know, but I couldn't do this.
or it wouldn't look that good. You could do that. It's just, by the way, I heard you were in the gym today with a cutoff on it.
Oh,
it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for the record.
Powell kicks this one out of bounds. Where they're going to spot it. Not a very good kick once it comes all the way up the sideline to about the 36-yard line. That's where the Dolphins offense are going to work after Cameron Wake in the defense makes a stop. We'll be right back. Dolphins have been looking for a quarterback since Dan Marino retired, and they've had a long list, and some of those guys not bad, some are pretty forgettable, but they hope that Tannehill, their #1 pick, is the future. 8th overall pick. tonight he's had a rough night after a rough week last week, and if he's going to start to put something together, Mike, here's the time.
And they got to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit.
That's not pushing it down the field. That's a 2-yard loss for Daniel Thomas. Merriman and Barnett are there.
I think there's a tendency sometimes, and Mike Sherman obviously coached him in college, but I think there's a tendency to protect young quarterbacks. They're 4 and 5. They're down on the road. They don't want to make, but at some point, I think you got to throw them out there and let them rip it.
Cut it loose.
And that's how you learn.
2nd and 11. Fasano, the tight end, in motion. Tannehill throws, and there's a good throw and catch, and a first down at around the 49-yard line of Brian Hartline. Pick up a 14.
Brad, and that's it. I mean, I'd much rather throw it on 1st and 10 than 2nd and 10, to be honest with you, but I like this. This is showcasing who he is. Really good protection, deep in cut, puts it on him. You can't throw that any better than he does, and that's what he does well. And if he makes a mistake or two, it's okay. But you got to give the kid a chance to learn here. I don't want to be mean, but this is not a playoff team anyway.
The Dolphins are in Buffalo territory. It's the first time I can say that tonight. At the 45-yard line.
You know, Tannehill has 9 interceptions on the season, but 6 of them were from week 1 and last week. 3 against Houston, and then 3 again last week against Tennessee, the 2 worst offensive performances of the year.
50% tonight, but only 58 yards. But they do have the ball at the 45-yard line. Here he is rolling out, throwing on the run down the sideline for Hartline, who's looking for a flag and doesn't get one. Stephon Gilmore, the rookie corner, was there with him.
Stephon Gilmore's a pretty talented kid. He's a long corner at 6'1", 190 pounds. He was their first-round pick. I was at his pro day, and he's an impressive kid. Coming out of the SEC at South Carolina.
2-time all SEC performer there. 3rd down and 4, Miami. Trying to get something going offensively. Well, they might get a free 5 out of this. Mario Williams jumped. Everybody's pointing at one another. This is going against Buffalo, I think, if you go by Mario's reaction.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 94. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
First down by penalty. That you don't want to give him a freebie.
No, and you know what, Brad? When you go 0 for 4 in the red zone in the first half, like Buffalo's offense did, and you settle for field goals, you let them hang around.
Yep.
And as bad as Miami's played, if they knock it in for 7, it's a ball game.
First down at the Bills' 40. Tannehill changing things up.
Go!
Stretch play to Daniel Thomas, and he's blasted at the line of scrimmage and buried. Hit first by Kelvin Shepard, the middle linebacker. Nice play.
You know, when you run stretch schemes and zone schemes, if you don't get to the 2nd level, this is what happens. Kelvin Shepard, the linebacker, Jerry's got to get off there. He doesn't, because the guard's late getting to the 2nd level. The tailback gets blown up, and there's a face mask that isn't called.
2nd down and 10. Tannehill in the gun. They fake the draw. He goes over the middle. Had a guy open and missed him.
Yeah.
Charles Clay.
Boy. Nash, you called that right. They had an isolation on Nick Barnett, and here's Clay. Multi-dimensional kind of fullback, H-back, tight end guy. He crosses the face of Barnett. This ball's got to be completed.
If he puts that on him, he's still running.
Forever. Once you cross the face of Nick Barnett, man, you win. And your quarterback's got to complete the play.
3rd and 10 at the 40. Tannehill pressured, steps up, throws far sideline, incomplete. And now Hartline does get a flag. And it looks like the Dolphins are going to survive the drive with another penalty against the Bills.
Illegal contact. Number 27 of the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
2nd time they've given the Dolphins an opportunity by penalty.
Can't afford to get sloppy at the end there. The left hand up to the face, holding him clearly. That has to be called every time.
Season high in penalties for Buffalo. That's 8. And a couple on this drive. So first down at the 35. 2:36 remaining in the third quarter. It's going to get very interesting, as Mike said, if the Dolphins get a touchdown here. Tannehill hit as he throws. Ball is loose.
Oh, Darius.
Marcel Darius, the big guy, number 99, just collapsed the whole pocket by himself.
Richie Incognito's not having a good game with these tackles. The left guard gets overwhelmed by the size, speed, and strength. When Incognito drops that chin, it's all over. Darius rolls right by him and buries the quarterback.
Nice play by the big fella. Brings up second and 10. And short gain for Daniel Thomas. We haven't seen much of Reggie Bush again, have we?
No, we really haven't. And, you know, he's got 7 carries, I believe, tonight.
7 carries for no yards.
No yards. Now, in all honesty, they're not exactly displacing the defensive line of Buffalo. There's no place to run.
Right.
I mean, you can't put that on Reggie Bush.
4 receivers here for Tannehill. Big third down. Bills trying to get out of this without another penalty, I'm sure. Tannehill throws incomplete, intended for Marlon Moore. And a look of frustration on the rookie quarterback's face.
And there should be. I mean, they're getting pressure with 4. They're squatting on the wide receivers because none of them can run. It's frustrating.
So Carpenter comes out, going to try a long field goal. His longest this year is 46, but he's had plenty of kicks in his career longer than that. This will be a 50-yard attempt to try to close the gap to 6. To 9, rather. Kick on the way. Hit the right upright. No good. So still only 7 on the board for the Dolphins. Long field goal. Just off the right upright. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by the Samsung Galaxy S3. The next big thing is here. Don't forget, Sunday's NFL Network brings you everything you need to know from sunrise through the final gun on Sunday night. First on the field at 7 a.m. Take you to all the big game sites, 9 to 1 game day morning. Get you ready for the Sunday games with the most complete information and analysis anywhere. At 4 o'clock, we'll break down the early games for you on Game Day Scoreboard. Then recap the day's action on Game Day Highlights at 7:30. Finally, Game Day Final, 11:30 Eastern for all the highlights, including what went on in the Sunday night game. Sunday's Game Day on NFL Network. This is Thursday Night Football. 2 weeks from tonight, don't forget, we'll be at the Georgia Dome for the Falcons and the Saints. Fitzpatrick, again, they throw a screen, this time to the fullback, Dickerson, and he goes for 3 or 4.
And that was a screen to the tight end. Here's a screen to the tailback. Chan Gailey's screen game is so good. Play action fake out of the pistol. The linemen get downfield. You deal it off the Spiller. That's beautiful. Wide receiver. You're going to get a quick blitz off the slot. Soft corner. Hey, throw the screen away. And then the last play we saw was the tight end, Clay, in a different kind of screen. And I think Chan Gailey and I think his offensive coordinator, Curtis Motkins, do a great job scheming screen.
Chandler, the tight end, on the move and now settles in the backfield. He'll lead the way for C.J. Spiller, who cuts it outside and outruns the linebacker. Flags down. And this one might be coming back, although C.J. is saying it's on the Dolphins.
Well. Hey, watch the screen. Hey, watch the screen.
Holding offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
T.J. Graham, the rookie receiver, with a holding call.
Yeah, and it was a good call, too. You could see him on the nickel, Jimmy Wilson, and right there he's holding. He lost leverage, grabbed the shirt. That's an easy call and a good call.
That's a mugging there. So that backs it up to the 34-yard line.
And you just heard on our audio, I heard a lot of Miami Dolphins watch screen.
No kidding. What a novel idea. 5 receivers in an empty backfield for Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, and Spiller and Johnson up top of the screen into the boundary.
Fitzpatrick on a crossing route throws it to Graham. He got blasted as soon as he caught it. Only picked up about 3, and that should just about do it for 3. As the clock ticks down to finish off quarter number 3. All Buffalo right now. Miami unable to get any offense mustered. Their only points came on a kick return for a score in the first half. The Bills trying to ruin the Dolphins' plans to get to 500, and in the meantime trying to go to 4-6 themselves. 15 minutes to decide it. Get coverage of every NFL game with NFL Mobile from Verizon. Get live streaming of tonight's game as well as Sunday and Monday night games. Every touchdown from every game Sunday afternoon with NFL Red Zone. NFL Network coverage, all for just $5 a month. Call ** NFL to download an NFL Mobile or go to vzw.com/NFL to find out more. Again, an empty backfield. 3rd down and long for Buffalo to open the 4th quarter. Fitzpatrick crossing route. Jones has got it, and the ball is out and covered by Eric Wood, the center. And so Buffalo's got to kick it. Rashard Jones, the guy that knocked that thing out of there.
At the very end of the play, ball clearly out. Really good tackle by Rashard Jones, 3rd-year player from Georgia. And Eric Wood, the former 1st-round pick out of Louisville, jumps on it.
First guy in Dolphins history for one of each, kick return and punt return for a touchdown. Boy, they would love another punt return right about now.
It might be the only way they get in the end zone here, Ness.
High kick. Thigpen has to backpedal all the way to the 9, but here he comes the other way. Trying to get to the corner. Pretty good return, actually. Got about 10 after a 50-yard kick. The rookie quarterback set to go to work with 14:04 to play. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Craftsman. Trust in your hands. And by KFC. Come in today and taste why fresh is better. Well, Ryan Tannehill's the fresh new face of the Dolphins franchise, but tonight in this half he is 1 for 7. And the Dolphins have gone 27 consecutive drives that covers 9 quarters without an offensive touchdown. Remember, their touchdown tonight, if you missed it, came on a 96-yard kickoff return by Marcus Thigpen. Reggie Bush is back in the Dolphin backfield. Tannehill had it batted down at the line of scrimmage.
And he had Hartline, I think. But again, it's the front 4. And Dave Wanstad told us yesterday, when his teams play well, it's because their front 4 do. It was the defensive tackle, Marcel Darius, again. And I really believe Kyle Williams and Marcel Darius have had their way inside against the Miami offensive line.
I agree 100% with you. 2nd down and 10. Reggie Bush straight up the middle. Good tough run. Got 8 yards.
And that's the first time they've gone to a gap style run where they actually pull a guard with a it's really a 1-back power. And the backside guard, Richie Incognito, who struggled all game, get him on the move and get him up the field. Double team the defensive tackle. He doesn't even have to hit the linebacker, Brian Scott, just get in his way.
3rd down and 2 for the Dolphins. They are in dire need of a 1st down. Tannehill had time, throws it down the middle, complete. And Devon Best has got a 1st down for Miami. Pickup of 9.
It's a tight bunch set, and Best does a nice job driving outside and then back inside. Gets away from Rodgers, who's their nickel or slot defender, and you're going to have to put this on the back of the young quarterback right now.
They finally convert a 3rd down. Tannehill deep on the left sideline, and that's going to be a flag. As Leotis McKelvin kind of tripped and took the receiver out with him.
I like the identification of one-on-one pre-snap, and I thought it was a beautiful throw and a good call. You can see right here, Rashard Matthews, the rookie 7th-round pick. There's an arm bar, there's contact and everything.
Defense number 21. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
It's only the second ball game Matthews has even played in for the Dolphins.
Yeah, Jabbar Gaffney's inactive tonight with an injury, and I've mentioned several times they need somebody who can get vertical. Matthews has some speed.
30-yard penalty, and the Dolphins have it at the Bills' 34-yard line. Bush, nice jump stop in the middle, and now a first down run inside the 25.
You're going to see him come here and cut back behind the tight end. Watch the tight end right here. Gets a late little block on the edge. Good cutback. Now get up the field. I don't like when he just kind of at the end just right there says, okay, I'm going to get hit. No, fly through that, make a play.
Go, go.
This time he stops and gets caught up in traffic on the inside and only got a couple. Kyle Moore on the bottom of the pile. So a crucial drive here for the Dolphins offense.
Have to get points on the board. Fourth quarter, clock running under 12 minutes.
Even that 50-yard field goal looked pretty good about now.
Yeah,
if they could get 3 more, but
right.
They're thinking 7, obviously. Daniel Thomas checks back in to flank Tannehill in the shotgun on 2nd down and 9. Throw to the far side. It's caught, and it's a first down inside the 10. Devon Bess, and it's 1st and goal. Finally, we can say that for Miami.
Yeah, the right tackle got abused, but look at the route there. Rodgers undercuts it without knowing where the football is. If he had just stayed on that underneath hip and followed through, it was bad eye discipline. You look back at the quarterback, you don't see the football. Good throw and catch, though.
1st and goal for the Dolphins at the Bills' 8-yard line. 6th, 7th play of the drive upcoming.
Go, go.
Thomas into the middle of the pack, got to the 6. Buffalo, we've talked about their defensive problems this year. There's another one. 2nd to last in the league in touchdown prevention in the red zone.
And that's about as ugly as it gets there. 76%. They've allowed 25 touchdowns in 33 possessions.
John Jerry shaken up. He'll walk off. We got a timeout with 10:50 to go, and the Dolphins threatening. Dolphins 2nd down and goal at the Buffalo 6. Fasano, the tight end, hasn't been targeted all night. He's in a slot on the right side. Tannehill with Devon Bess in motion. That's the last thing you want to happen. Kyle Moore with a sack. There's a flag down. Might be face mask. That's what Tannehill's saying.
Exactly. And if you're a Buffalo fan, what a shame. Nate Garner's in at right guard. There's the face mask.
Oh, yeah, he got it all.
Foul. Face mask. Number 54 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Nate Garner is in for John Jerry, and he gets beat by Kyle Williams. They're really holding him, forcing him out of the pocket. Kyle Moore, the beneficiary, but you just can't get the hand up high like that, and then you better let go immediately. Easy call for the refs.
So fresh set of downs. It's 1st and goal again, and it's right about where they started in the first place at the 8-yard line. Well, no, they're going to move it up to the 6.
So key penalties on this drive:
Yeah.
the pass interference and now the face mask.
Joe Philbin hoping that his offense can finally put up a touchdown. Get him right back in the thick of the game here with 10 minutes and change remaining.
John Jerry back in the game after being out for one play.
Tannehill under center this time. They'll keep it on the ground. Thomas hit and a loss of 1. Denoris Searcy comes in
Justin Rogers, I think it is, off the edge. Unblocked. Double team down. They don't even account for Justin Rogers, and he makes the easy tackle in the backfield.
10th play of the drive. Well, that one went the wrong way. Second down, a goal. Hartline, the #1 receiver for the Dolphins, in tight on the right side. They keep it on the ground, and edging toward the goal line is Thomas. I think he got it inside the 2 anyway.
Well, there's some big boy football in that play now. John Jerry and Jonathan Martin with the double team. Jaworski Lane with the ISO block. And then you got the 235-pound tailback in behind. This is huge right here, Neff.
Extra lineman in as the Dolphins load up on that front wall. 3rd down and goal. Under 9 minutes from the 2-yard line. Clay in motion. Tannehill gonna roll right. Throws on the run. Did he tuck it in there in the corner? No, out of bounds. Devon Bess. But the side judge says he's out of bounds.
See, the left foot is in. He drags the right foot. If they call it out, now the ball was moving a little bit there. If they give him possession, he's in. The question is whether or not they would give him possession on a challenge. Because the left foot, I believe, is, boy, from that angle, the left foot looks like it's in. The right foot drags. It's 4-down territory here.
There comes the challenge.
Yep.
That was a pretty good throw. That challenge flag went all the way to the 12-yard line.
Pretty good throw right here, too. Now, does he possess it? There's both feet. Or does he start to lose it a little bit as he readjusts it? Right there.
Miami has challenged the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
Had it pinned against his chest.
Remember,
they'll take a look at it upstairs.
Through the catch.
Yep. They'll take a look. We'll take a break. We'll know when we come back. The ruling on the field was incomplete. We take another close-up look at Devon Bess in the corner.
Ruling on the field is reversed. It is a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Left foot down. Right foot drags. And they give him control all the way through the catch, even though he changed hands.
When he went to the ground.
Touchdown, Miami. So after 9 quarters and about 6 more minutes, they're finally in the end zone offensively.
Wow. That drive was helped immensely by penalties and then a reversal.
And Tannehill, for him, 6th touchdown pass of the year. Devon Bess, that's his first touchdown catch of the season. And boy, it was a big one. Carpenter in for the point after. Up and good. And now it's a 5-point game.
And again, there's no doubt that both feet are in. Left foot, drag the right foot. Now, my only question was on his way down as he switches the ball, do they call that lack of control? But no, he controlled it all the way through the catch. They reverse it, and it's a touchdown.
A long dry spell for the Dolphins before finally, as Ryan Tannehill shows you, yep, a touchdown from the offense. 19-14.
Now, here's where if you're Miami, you're kind of looking at each other and going, guys, we've played horrifically, and we have a chance to steal a game. Maybe we don't deserve to win.
And remember, they're just trying to get to 500 and trying to keep their sights on finishing strong. They've got a lot of division games left, so basically their destiny's in their own hands, but they've still got 8:42 to try to figure out a way to get 5 more points and keep the Buffalo Bills from getting any more of their own. Tannehill, his first touchdown in his last 91 pass attempts. Leotis McKelvin runs up on it 2 yards deep, brings it out across the 20. R.J. Stanford makes the tackle on the special teams. Well, McKelvin lit things up early with a 79-yard punt return for a touchdown. C.J. Spiller over 100 yards in total offense on his 18 touches. Marcus Thigpen, a 96-yard kickoff return, was the only score for the Dolphins until moments ago. Their first touchdown in the last 28 drives, and that goes back 9.5 quarters almost. And Buffalo, meanwhile, they got to get their offense back in gear. They've had a couple of 3 and outs, Mike, the last 2 drives, so they can't sit on this thing now.
No doubt about it. I think you got to get back to Spiller and what you do here.
He gets it in his hands. Broke a tackle in the backfield. Broke an ankle on the outside on somebody. I don't know how he did that, but he got 5.
Dansby had him dead to rights, and he bounced it. Watch Carlos Dansby, 9-year veteran. He's coming. Unblocked in the hole. That's a beautiful jump cut.
Pretty good stiff arm, too.
Yeah, and you know, as our buddy Sterling Sharp from NFL Network says all the time, when you're talking about natural skill, you either wake up in the morning with that kind of ability or you don't. You don't develop that over time.
84 yards on the ground for C.J. Spiller, another 37 on 2 catches. Second down and 5. Fitzpatrick zips it. Nice throw out to Stevie Johnson. First down at the 41-yard line, rather.
This kind of shows or showcases the quickness of Stevie Johnson at the line of scrimmage. Look at the move away from R.J. Stanford, who just made the tackle on the kickoff. Back up corner. He made him look silly, and the ball was thrown really well. Big first down for Buffalo.
That football went right between the arms of Cameron Wake, who was trying to knock it down on the defensive end over there on the left side. Fitzpatrick put it right between his arms to get it out to the first down throw to Johnson. Fitzpatrick on first down throws off his back foot. He was hit as he threw, and he'll have to scrape himself off the turf.
You know, after they traded Vontae Davis, Brad, their best corner really is Sean Smith. Sean Smith is not in the game right now. R.J. Stanford is. Another block that time on Wake, but it was a little late by Spiller. He's coming all the way across. Wake has seen this a couple times already. Able to step over the cut block and impact the play.
Cameron Wake having a great career now with Miami when it looked like he wasn't even going to have an NFL career.
Again, R.J. Stanford doesn't play much on the corner.
Fitzpatrick, look out from behind. Throws it incomplete. Spiller was the intended receiver.
Flag away from the play in the secondary. Really good coverage by Dansby again. The second or third time tonight, he's been all over the screen.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 28 of the defense. The 5 penalty, automatic first down.
It has not been Nolan Carroll's night.
And again, this is away from the play on Donald Jones.
And there's the hold. He's got a whole handful of jersey. That's 4 penalties on Carroll of the 5 defensive penalties on the Dolphins tonight.
And that's an automatic first down.
Nearing the 7-minute mark. Bills would like to just keep moving it down the field and let that clock run. And that's what they'll try to do with C.J. Spiller here. Reverses his field. This time he won't escape. Jared Odrick stays home and makes a stop, a loss of 4.
When you talk to defensive coordinators about stopping runners like C.J. Spiller, they talk about defensive fits. In other words, a run fit. Look at right here. He's bottled up at the point of attack. Now when he cuts it back, who's there? And there's Jared Odrick, the defensive end from the opposite side, not overrunning nor giving up. Because if you wait long enough, C.J. Spiller is probably going to get back to you.
Buffalo has not been good in the fourth quarter, obviously. Look at that graphic. Spiller stood up by Kevin Burnett after a short gain. Maybe got 2 yards out of it. But the clock's going to work its way under the 6-minute mark. This is a huge third down upcoming.
It really is. And conservative play call there, obviously handing the ball to Spiller. But this is where Ryan Fitzpatrick's got to be a little bit careful. Are you aggressive? Absolutely. Do you want to cross the line and take a sack or a turnover? Absolutely not. And they're going empty, and this is what and when they absolutely have to have it, they're looking for either Stevie Johnson or Scott Chandler.
As you saw in sweeping the Bills last year, the 0 for third down conversion night. This one's not going to be a conversion either. Got a couple of yards, and out comes the punting unit. And for the first time tonight, a spattering of boos from the sellout crowd at Ralph Wilson Stadium.
And they sprinted away from another slot blitz by defensive coordinator Kevin Kyle. He's brought a lot of heat by the sub defensive back off the slot.
And Sean Powell will punt. Devon Bess is back deep, and we're going to be under 5 minutes when this kick comes.
It's almost inconceivable the way this game has gone that you could see Buffalo punting to Miami and saying, hey, score a touchdown on this drive and you have a chance to win a game.
Bess lets it go. It bounces.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Look at that one.
At the 1 yard line. 52-yard punt right on the money for the rookie. Well, now they say go get a touchdown to beat me, but it's 99 yards away. And remember, they scored the last time they had it. Can the Dolphins make it 2 scoring drives in a row? How about Sean Powell's punt to the corner when they needed one to be dropped down inside the 10? It goes out at about the 2-foot line. That is perfect.
The rookie from Florida State, got to be excited.
So the Dolphins, the good news, they've got it back. The bad news is they're 99 yards away, and they're set up in their own end zone. Give it to the fullback to try to get it out of there. I don't know. He's in the end zone now, and I think he made it out to the 1-foot line.
Yeah, no doubt. He made it out. The fullback coming right over here. A little fullback dive. Really good job in the hole by the safety, George Wilson. Clearly out of the end zone.
Jaworski Lane, a 258-pounder, got it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
And that situational football, if you're a defensive back, who cares about the run right now? Don't let him play action over the top.
Thomas pops it out to the 8 or 9 yard line. Gives him some room to work at least. And we're under 4 minutes, and there's a third down coming up. Third down and probably 3 left.
This is one they've got to convert. This is a have to convert right here.
Might never see the ball again if you don't get this one.
And they're going empty.
Well,
Thomas doesn't know where to line up.
No, they're going to.
All kinds of confusion.
Remember that quarterback trying to get everybody in the right spot. He's all by his lonesome in the backfield. Tannehill flushed out of the pocket. Going to throw as he goes to his left, and he got it to Hartline for the first down. Nice play with things looking a little confusing. Rolls out, finds his favorite receiver for a pickup of 12.
Yeah, and Hartline did a nice job adjusting. This is him up top. Good coverage initially on, and now he recognizes his quarterback's out of the pocket. He breaks his route. Tannehill sees it, takes advantage of it, and they go from the 1 yard line out to the 21.
Where it's 1st and 10 with 3:15 remaining. Now right into the middle of the pile again is Daniel Thomas, second-year pro to Kansas State. Got it to the 24, maybe the 25 actually.
Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining.
The Dolphins go without a huddle, but they change up personnel. Reggie Bush gets back out there. They'd like to get it to him in space, I would think, at some point. They haven't done that tonight at all. 2nd and 6. Tannehill fires, completes. finally, the tight end Fasano gets one.
And that was against Brian Scott, 10th-year player out of Penn State, who used to be a safety. Dave Wannstedt has converted him to his nickel linebacker. Thought he did a nice job last week against the big tight end Gronkowski from New England.
Approaching 2 minutes. First down, Miami. Tannehill steps up in the pockets, pressured, down he goes.
Jonathan Martin's been having trouble with speed and also getting jacked. Right tackle, second-round pick. Good job by Kyle Moore, forces him up into the pocket. Merriman cleans it up, but it's really the right tackle that allowed that to happen.
2 minutes remaining for the Dolphins to do something about that 19-14 score. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by America's Navy, a global force for good, and by Chase Sapphire Preferred. There's more to enjoy. You'll enjoy the post-game show. Rich and Dion, Marshall, Steve, and Michael all be live on the field breaking down the action, complete with highlights and player interviews. Make sure to keep it right here. Kay Jewelers post-game show as soon as we're done. 2 minutes remaining. Miami started at their own 1-yard line. 8th play of the drive coming up. They've got it at the 32 with a second down and 11. Tannehill in an empty backfield. Rookie quarterback out of Texas A&M trying to get a touchdown drive here late. He's going deep. And Bess is out there, and it's intercepted. Wow. It is by Jairus Byrd. Jairus Byrd got to the football somehow, and the Bills have got it.
I actually thought Devon Bess pushed him. I thought it was offensive pass interference at the end. And look at the catch.
Oh.
Actually, it was Rodgers I thought Bess pushed, and Jairus Byrd, that's his 4th interception of the year. He's got 3 forced fumbles. He doesn't have great speed, but he's got great instincts, and he is a playmaker. There's the push off.
I just didn't think he was going to get there.
Wow.
And then with Bess right basically in his grill, he somehow made the catch.
4th-year player out of Oregon.
He's going to keep that one for a while.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where the height, weight, speed don't match up to as good a football player as he happens to be.
Now can Buffalo's offense get something going and ice this game up by 5? Tonight's aerial coverage is being presented by America's Navy. As you look in on Ralph Wilson Stadium, 1:54 remaining, and Jairus Byrd just came up with the defensive gem of the night to give the Bills the ball back. But still, they've got to seal the deal, and we still got 1:54 left in a 5-point game.
And the referees are still waiting to make sure that he secured the football as he hit the ground.
And having looked at it for a couple of minutes, Jeff Triplett with a call.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Yep. Is an interception. First down, Buffalo.
Well, Miami's -2 in turnover differential again tonight. You know what that means?
They don't win. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining, so we've still got some football left here.
Okay, they got the fullback in the game now, McIntyre. Tells you they obviously want to run the ball if possible and grind out a first down.
C.J. Spiller cuts away from his fullback and brings it near side, where he spins his way across the 40. So everybody went one way, C.J. went the other and got 6 yards.
He reminds me of that kid that you grew up with and nobody could tackle in the schoolyard. Just kind of did his own deal.
Miami takes a timeout with 1:45 remaining. Don't forget, 2 weeks from tonight, this will be a dandy. Matt Ryan and Tony Gonzalez, Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham and Marcus Colston and all the rest. The Saints took round 1 in New Orleans. The Falcons are hoping payback at the Georgia Dome 2 weeks from tonight. Join us, Saints and Falcons, November 29th. These 2 guys not doing too bad this year, huh?
Now, I think this guy on the right, Matt Ryan, is trying to make a statement that I am one of those franchise quarterbacks that you all want to talk about all the time. And there are probably only 6 or 7 of them in the league. And what he needs to do, Brad, is win a couple playoff games.
2nd and 4. C.J. Spiller puts both hands around that football and gets it within 2 yards of the first down marker. And Miami will have to take another timeout. And now they have only 1 remaining. Playoff picture of the AFC. The Texans, like the Falcons, with only 1 loss. The Ravens right there. The Steelers are in the wild card thing with Ben Roethlisberger dinged up, and they have to face the Ravens twice in the next 3 weeks.
I think an interesting game this week is right here, is New England and Indianapolis. And I kind of talk about some quarterback play. How much fun is that going to be? The old master against the young upstart. I love that.
The surefire Hall of Famer and Tom Brady, and the kid we saw last week who's sensational as a rookie, and Andrew Luck. Well, here is a 3rd down stop that Miami's got to have. And if Buffalo gets it, you can just about put this one in the win column for their 4th victory. And they're not going to get it. Loss on the play. Cameron Wake makes the play.
Yeah,
and the Dolphins take their last time out.
I thought McIntyre ran right by Cameron Wake, who comes in to make the tackle as he goes across the face, and there comes right there Cameron Wake. Really, that's a big time play, and that's going to give his team an opportunity to get the full football back with plenty of time.
There's 1:35 remaining right now. Remember, Powell, the last time he punted, knocked it down at the 1-yard line. He would love another one of those. And Devon Bess, who has Miami's only offensive touchdown tonight, is back as the punt return man.
First thing you got to do is protect your punter here. They're coming.
He got it out of there. And now Bess runs up on it. He's going to have to let it bounce, though. And it'll roll dead right outside the 15-yard line. 42-yard kick. So Tannehill's got one last crack at it.
Watch Powell here on the snap. They're quick snapping. Jumps to his right. 8-man rush, and he does a really nice job. This is a rookie from Florida State who just had a great punt his last time. Good job keeping his composure. Makes the catch and gets rid of the football very quickly after 1 step.
Shades of Paul McGuire. Tannehill, sub 50% night. 104 yards, a touchdown, and a pick the last time they had the ball.
Who cares? Here's where heroes are made, Brad Nessler.
124 and no timeouts. Throw and a crossing route, and Bass is in the open field. He's heading for the sideline wisely and got out at the 34-yard line. Pickup of 18.
One of the quicker slot receivers in the National Football League. By Devon Bess, the undrafted free agent out of Hawaii.
66 yards away from a come-from-behind win. First down at the 34. Tannehill has time, throws on a crossing route again, and is complete into Bills territory. Rashard Matthews, 18 more yards.
Yeah, 4-man rush. And remember, they missed a field goal a couple series ago, Brad, that had they converted, it'd be a heck of a lot easier to kick a field goal rather than have to score a touchdown to win the game.
55 seconds left. Tannehill loads, fires near sideline, caught, and it's Hartline. And a penalty marker down.
All the Buffalo coaches are screaming for offensive interference. Drags the feet.
Offense.
Yep.
They were right.
Yep.
10-yard penalty, the first down.
Working against the first-round pick, Stephon Gilmore. There's the push in the back. Heck of a catch. Kind of a veteran move that doesn't get called too often, I'll tell you that right now.
Just outside the 42-yard line. 50 seconds remaining. 1st and 20. Miami trailing by 5 with no timeouts. Tannehill sets up, double clutches, goes down the middle. It's intercepted again. And this is Byron Scott. And Brian Scott will ice it for Buffalo. You just talked about Brian Scott, undersized, former defensive back, playing linebacker, and he came up with a defensive back type of play.
Yeah, and Dave Wannstedt uses him kind of as a tweener linebacker safety in their scheme. And he's going to drop right back in the middle and just eyeball the quarterback. And when he tries to get it to Devon Bess, the ball's thrown behind. And what I like here is he got down after the catch. Ball's thrown a little bit behind. And remember, when you drop 8 people, there's an awful lot of people in the middle of the field. Hard to fit it in.
So Buffalo, after a disappointing final second loss to New England last week, bounces back and wins one in dramatic fashion with their defense coming up with 2 huge plays against rookie quarterback Ryan Tannehill. And C.J. Spiller did enough on offense. The special teams did their job, and the defense looked much better tonight. And Buffalo wins it to go to 4-6, and they drop Miami to that same record. C.J. Spiller is going to be one of the guys' guests in the postgame show. Final score, Buffalo 19, Miami 14. Kay Jewelers postgame show with highlights, analysis, interviews, and press conferences is coming up. Stay with us.